Hi, I'm Emery. Today I'm going to tell you my story. But before I continue, please share and subscribe to hear more stories like this. Emmy, come help with the pancakes. Dad's voice carried up the stairs every Sunday morning back when I was 11. Those mornings were always the same happy routine. Did you make a smiley face? Would I dare make them any other way for my princess? Mom would wink at me behind his back. Quick, while your father's not looking, she'd whisper, adding an extra dollop of whipped cream to my plate. But a year later, those sweet moments turned sour. I still remember the night everything changed, hearing their voices through my bedroom wall. You're never here anymore, Mark. Your daughter barely sees you. I'm working to give her everything she needs, Amelia. What else do you want from me? I want you to be present, to be her father, not just her ATM. The divorce came fast after that. 2 weeks with Mom, 2 weeks with Dad became the new normal. How's your father doing? Mom would ask during our movie nights, settling onto our worn couch still in her nurse's scrubs after her shift. He orders a lot of takeout. I miss your cooking. That man could burn water. She'd try to laugh, but I could see the tiredness in her eyes. I picked up some extra night shifts this week, honey, but I promise this weekend is just you and me. Maybe we'll try that new pizza place you've been talking about. That was our last conversation. 2 days later, at 3 a.m. while staying at Dad's, the doorbell rang. I remember creeping to the top of the stairs, seeing 2 police officers at the door. Mr. Maverick? There's been an accident on Highway 27. Your ex-wife, Amelia. The roads were icy. I can still hear Dad's voice breaking. No, she was just heading home from her shift. The weeks after Mom's funeral blur together. Dad tried to maintain our Sunday breakfast tradition, but the kitchen just felt empty. I made pancakes, he'd say, placing a plate in front of me. No smiley face, no chocolate chips. I'm not hungry. Emmy, you need to eat something. Mom would have made them with... I couldn't finish the sentence. Dad stopped trying after that. Takeout boxes piled up. He buried himself in work, leaving me alone with my grief. When I'd cry at night, my door stayed closed. No one came to comfort me anymore. Then one evening, about 5 months after Mom died, Dad came home looking different. Almost nervous. Emmy, can we talk? I've been going to this grief support group, he started, fidgeting with his fork. And I met someone there. Her name's Victoria. She lost her husband 2 years ago. Something in my stomach twisted. Oh, she has a daughter your age. Olivia. Maybe it would be good for you to meet someone who understands what you're going through. No one understands what I'm going through, I whispered. Mom's only been gone 5 months, Dad. It's only been 6 months, Dad. I know, sweetie, but sometimes life gives you unexpected gifts. She has a daughter your age, too. Victoria and Olivia seemed nice at first. Emery, we should totally go shopping together, Olivia gushed during our first meeting. These could be your new sisters, Dad said hopefully. If only I'd known how fake those smiles were. 6 months after the wedding, everything changed. I overheard Victoria in the kitchen. Kyle, Olivia's dance showcase is the same day as Emery's graduation. Emmy will understand if we miss it. She's mature for her age. That became the pattern. Every special moment somehow turned into Olivia's moment. Dad, about my sweet 16. Oh, honey, Victoria and I were thinking, you're not really into big parties, right? And Olivia's been dreaming of this huge celebration. Thank God for Sophia. I still remember breaking down in her room after the graduation. They didn't even show up, Soph. Not even Dad. Their loss, Em. You're worth 10 of Olivia. Sometimes I feel like I don't even exist in that house anymore. Then exist here. My family is your family, too. Years passed, and Carson came into my life, showing me what real support felt like. Your dad really missed your college graduation for Olivia's piano recital? He asked in disbelief. Welcome to my life. That's not okay, Em. You know that, right? My phone buzzes, interrupting my thoughts. Dad's name flashes on the screen. We haven't really talked in months, not since he missed another important event in my life. Hey, Emmy, we need to talk about something important. Family matters. Here we go again. Emmy, sweetheart, could you meet me at the cafe? Dad's voice had that tone, the one he used when Olivia wanted something. An hour later, I sat across from him, stirring my untouched coffee. Victoria and Olivia were there too, of course. Olivia's eyes were red like she'd been crying. The thing is, Dad leaned forward, Olivia's venue just canceled on her. Some kind of double booking. Victoria jumped in. We know you booked the Grand Garden for your wedding, honey. And, well, Olivia's date is just 3 weeks away. Our date is in 2 months, I said slowly, already seeing where this was heading. Exactly, Olivia sniffled. It would be so much easier for you to reschedule. Blake and I have already sent out invitations. We'll pay any rescheduling fees, Dad added quickly. It's just, you know how these things go. You're always so understanding, Emmy. Actually, Dad, I don't understand. Not anymore. Olivia's fake tears dried instantly. What's that supposed to mean? It means no. I stood up. For once in my life, I'm putting myself first. Kyle! Victoria's voice rose. Are you going to let her talk to Olivia like that? But for the first time in years, I didn't wait to hear Dad's response. My phone buzzed with messages all afternoon. Flying monkeys, as Sophia would say, all telling me how selfish I was being. But I turned my phone off, curled up on my couch, and finally felt something new. Pride. You need to see this. Sophia burst into my apartment the next morning, waving her phone. Olivia's been busy on social media. I scrolled through screenshots of Olivia's posts. Some people are so selfish they'd ruin their own sister's wedding. Family means nothing to them. Guess who's showing their true colors? Real classy, I muttered, but not surprising. My phone lit up with a text from Angela, the venue owner. Your stepsister just showed up here with her wedding planner, trying to negotiate directly with me. Thought you should know. She did what? Carson's voice rose from behind me. Sophia sat forward. Actually, that's not all. Remember my cousin works at River Valley Manor? The venue that supposedly double-booked Olivia? Yeah, well, I made some calls. They didn't double-book anything. Olivia's deposit check bounced, and they canceled her booking 2 months ago. She's been lying this whole time. My hands shook as I processed this. The doorbell rang. It was Dad, alone for once. Emmy, can we talk? About what, Dad? About how Olivia's been lying? About how her original venue was canceled because she couldn't pay? His face paled. What are you talking about? Or maybe about how she showed up at my venue today, trying to steal it behind my back? She wouldn't, he started, but I cut him off. She would and she did, just like she's always done. And you've always let her. Your mother would have wanted you to. Don't! My voice cracked. Don't you dare tell me what Mom would have wanted. Mom would have wanted you to be my father, to protect me, to choose me just once. Carson moved to stand beside me. I think you should leave, sir. Dad looked between us, lost. Emmy, please. Goodbye, Dad. Give Victoria and Olivia my best. I'm sure they're waiting to hear all about how unreasonable I'm being. After he left, Sophia hugged me tight. You know what? I think it's time everyone knew exactly who Olivia really is. I wiped my eyes. What do you mean? She grinned. Remember how I saved all those texts from high school, where she bragged about stealing your moments? And I might have recordings of her admitting to the venue situation. For the first time in years, I felt a smile spreading across my face. Tell me more. The annual Thompson family barbecue seemed like the perfect opportunity. Every year, Victoria made sure the whole extended family attended, her chance to play the perfect hostess. Are you sure about this? Carson squeezed my hand as we walked into the backyard. Never been more sure. Sophia trailed behind us, phone ready. Olivia was holding court near the grill, probably sharing more tales of her victimhood. Blake, her fiancé, stood awkwardly to the side. Oh, Emery decided to show up, Victoria's voice carried across the yard. Wouldn't miss it, I smiled. Actually, I have something to share with everyone. Sophia connected her phone to the Bluetooth speaker she'd brought. Ready when you are. Olivia's own voice filled the air. Of course I knew the venue canceled months ago, but Emery's venue is way better anyway. Dad always gives in when I cry, and she always backs down. Just like with her Sweet 16 and graduation and... The recording continued, each revelation worse than the last. Olivia's face went from confusion to horror to rage. Blake stepped away from her, shock written across his face. You recorded me? Olivia screeched. No, actually. You recorded yourself. Those milestone moments you love to brag about stealing, you sent them as voice messages. Victoria rushed forward. Kyle, are you going to let her… Let her what? Dad's voice was quiet. Tell the truth? Blake cleared his throat. Olivia, is this true? About the venue? About everything? Blake, I can explain. No need. He pulled off his engagement ring. I can't marry someone who'd do this to their own family. As Blake walked away, Victoria turned on me. You've ruined everything. No, Victoria, you and Olivia did that all by yourselves. Dad stood in the middle, looking lost. Emmy, I didn't know about any of it. You didn't want to know, Dad. There's a difference. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about finally being heard, about the truth coming to light. As I looked around at my real family, Carson, Sophia, and those who truly cared, I realized I hadn't lost a sister or a stepmother. I'd gained my freedom.